Ini kan mana? Bentar.
Rasaku zombie got you down. Mana? Ayo gas.
Ayo pada mau nggak main?
Tapi tong kami motor. Hanya yuk ketemu kami motor. Hai. Masih Dinda mah orang nanggung kasih. Oh, ketemunya orang nanggung. Dinda. Udah.
Mulai. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before that, I would like to thank the audience for taking the time to take part in today's webinar. First of all, let's grateful for the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for providing health and forgiveness so that we can have and special evaluate of any praise and thanksgiving also always give our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who has used the set of life from the first in his life. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dinda Yunianisa. Here I'm in charge as host and I bring my friend who is Esya Laila Sapitri, who is as moderator. This very special webinar will discuss the subject equality.
Tidak balikan dulu ya, tidak balikan nah. Tidak balikan dulu. Aku mulai itu balikan dulu.
Dinda,
Ini pas
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before that, I will present opinions for the time to this. First of all, let's thank for the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for providing us health and for the instruction participate in this special event of praise and thanksgiving also always our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who has was the touch of life for purpose in this life. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yunianisa. Here I am in as a host and I will be my time was named Esya as a moderator. This very special webinar will discuss the subject gender equality, which will be like a very extended part. Then Sahlah and Mr. Novan. Program rules and setting. First, as the participants of the tone of the conversation. Second, there will be a presentation by Sahlah and Novan. And the third one, there is question and answer session at the end of the material presentation. And the last but not least, there will be an hasil participants at the end of the event. First time line time, I invite to Esya Sapitri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Wishing you a seriously wonderful and fabulous day. I'm Esya Sapitri, the moderator of today's event. I'm very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to this event. Today's webinar is about gender equality. So, ladies and gentlemen, our speaker today is Mr. Novan Purwadi and Sahlah Marella. Sahlah Marella was born on May 16, 2005. Her home address in Caringin Street number 14, PADALARANG. Educational background is ever attended school in public elementary school 3 Ciharasas and junior high school 1 Padalarang. And Mr. Novan Purwadi was born on November 13, 1997. His home address in 38 Citapen, Cihampelas Street. Educational background is ever attend school in public elementary 1 Citapen, junior high school 2 Batu Jajar, senior high school Nurul Hidayah, and studying at the IKIP Siliwangi University. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker, Mr. Novan Purwadi and Sahlah Marella. To deliver his presentation, Mr. Novan Purwadi and Sahlah Marella, the floor is yours.
Oh iya, lupa aku ini. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Sahlah Marella. Here I am a presenter who will discuss material about gender equality. Okay, gender equality. First, what is gender according to expert? The notion of gender is a characteristic inherent in man and woman which is formed by social and cultural factors. So that it is born with several assumptions but about the social and cultural rules of man or woman. Simamura, 2019. The definition of gender according to H.T. Wilson is basic for determining the difference between man and woman in culture and collective life, which will later become man and woman. And then the definition of gender according to Silvana in the Woman Studies Encyclopedia, the definition of gender is a cultural concept which makes a difference in terms of roles, behavior, and emotional characteristics between men or women who develop in society. According to Puspitawati, the definition of gender is the difference between men and women in rules, function, and behavior that are shaped by social, culture, or customary value. Okay, number two, the meaning of gender equality. Gender refers to the characteristic of women, men, girls, and boys that are socially constructed. This include norms, behavior, and rules associated with being a woman, man, girl, or boy, as well as relationship with each other. But broadly speaking, gender refers to the responsibilities, rights, and behavior inherent in man or woman because of the formation of the community in which human grow and grow. Okay, number three is what is gender equality? Gender equality is the equal degree of men and women. That is, whatever can be done by men can also be done by women or equal condition between men and women in fulfillment or rights and obligation. Okay, number four, gender equality goals. The goal of gender equality is that everyone, but men and women, receive equal and fair treatment in society. Gender equality ensures condition in which the portion and social cycle of women and men are equal, balanced, and plus all gender have the opportunity to realize their rights and potentials to contribute to development in all. Sometimes the demands from women are still often questioned. Who, how are not all women required to be able to do such as washing and cooking? Not only that, when one of them does not have this ability, it is certain that the scrum from the mouth of the neighbor is now something suddenly unavoidable so that the patriarchal culture and the stigma of women toward their domestic work continues to enter and has even become something that is separable from life. Why is gender important? Because gender is an important consideration in development. It is a way of seeing how social norms and power structure impact lives and opportunities. According to SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs contains 12 goals and target. One of which is to achieve gender equality and for all women and girls. The gender equality goals contain 6 targets. Number one is end all forms of discrimination against all women and girls around the world. And number two is to eliminate all forms of violence against all women and girls in public and private space, including human and sexual trafficking and other types of exploitation. Number three is to eliminate all harmful practices such as children menopause and early marriage, and female genital mutilation. And number 4 is recognize and value unpaid care and unpaid domestic work through the provision of public service, provision of infrastructure, and formulation of social protection policies, and through the promotion of shared responsibility at home and in the family according to the needs of each country. Ensure the full and effective participation of women and equal opportunities for the leadership at all levels of decision making in political, economic, and public life. Number six is ensure and universal access to sexual and reproductive health and reproductive rights in accordance with the program of action of the International Conference on Population and Development, the Beijing Platform for Action, and the outcome document of its review conference. And what are the examples of gender equality? Number 1 is male and female ex-boys holding the same position receive different pay even when other factors such as experience, education level. Number 2 is asking married employees to leave their ring at home. And number 3 is asking any woman to resign on becoming pregnant or not hiring a woman because she is pregnant. Effort to achieve gender equality. Okay.
Okay, so next to the what is it? Effort to achieve gender equality. So the first one is to assume that everyone has the same ownership rights. Before that, I would like to uh, additional example for the gender equality. It's mean that the female and male it's no different in work and also in anywhere. So the female and male it's no different. And also next is the example of the kind of assume that boys and the girl have the same way. In the first picture is the example of the people that want to assume that they are same with the boys. And the second, what is that? For the second picture it's kind of respect human right. So the gender equality it's mean and it's the same way with human rights. Okay, next. Second one, to eliminate all form of violence against women and children, but in the public and private sphere. Yeah, this is the mana sih? Okay. The gender equality, it's true. It's also for eliminate all form of violence against women and children because nowadays it's so many bullying and also so many violence that the woman and the children has got. And the third one, it's increasing the use of information and communication technology to promote the importance of women's empowerment. Next, it's also to routinely conduct education and information to the public so that there is no gender bias and injustice against women. It's for justice. Tell you that it's for justice. And nine, I mean it's fifth. What is the issue of gender equality? Globally, women have fewer opportunity for economic participation than men. Less access to basic and higher education, greater health and safety rights, and less political representation. And then, what is the problem that often occurs? It's more to women who experience it like. Firstly, it's discrimination. Secondly, violence against women, trafficking in person and sexual exploitation, and various other types of exploitation. Thirdly, there are dangerous practices such as early and forced marriage and female circumcision. Related to work problem, women are required to fulfill first household chores such as moving, sweeping, washing, dishes, etc. And the last is not guaranteed universal access to health and hunting and rights. Okay, I think it's the last. Is gender equality a human right? Yeah, the gender equality, besides being a fundamental human right, is essential to achieve peaceful societies with full human potential and sustainable development. Moreover, it has been shown that empowering women spurs productivity and economic growth. I think enough. No? Oh no. And for equality, the reason that equality needs to be upheld in that is this is because it prevents social inequality and prevents unfair behavior.
Thank you very much to Mr. Novan Purwadi and Sahlah Marella for giving us such informative and interesting presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, now come to the question and answer session. I would like to have two questions from the participant, please. I want to ask, do women have the right to gender equality like men?
Okay, very interesting because gender equality is one of our human rights as human beings. Every person must have the right to live in respectful manner, free from fear and free to determine life choice not only for men. Women also have essentially the same rights. Okay. Thank you.
I wanna ask to the first question first. Why the gender equality is so important? I mean, why it is so important in this era, in this 4.0 era? Why?
Okay, because gender equality now is one of our human rights, as human beings. Karena kesetaraan gender itu merupakan hak asasi kita sebagai manusia. Kayak gitu doang.
I don't really understand what you say. Would you like to interpret it to English? Okay, so thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to the end of this seminar. Before I close the seminar, I would like to take the conclusion from what the speaker has presented. It turns out that gender equality is very important to fulfill all the rights and obligations of each individual, especially for women. The existence of gender equality is not only to empower women, but also strengthen the country's ability to develop, reduce poverty, and govern effectively. This of course needs to be enforced in society. So, the society inequality does not occur and prevents unfair behavior such as discrimination, violence against children and women both in the public and private sphere, and double burden, namely a workload that one sex receives more than the gender. I would to thank the speaker for the informative and interesting presentation, and all the participants for the very active participation. Finally, give the applause for the speaker and for you all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, host, please take over.
Alhamdulillah, at the end of the event. Thank you very much to the speakers for the presentation now. Thanks also to the moderator who have given the event time. I hope the moment is don't forget to ask the question to fill that I have shared. Sorry for all shortcomings. Finally, thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.